Happy Self-Love Sunday. I am Tarnisha Mosas, your host of Self-Love Sundays with Sass. I am your vision strategist coach who comes every single Sunday so we can talk about all the ways in which we can better our best. And this is the last Sunday before Christmas. And can we be honest for a second? I think we talked about this before about how Christmas doesn't always feel joyful, right? Sometimes it's overwhelming and stressful and full of pressure to give, perform, and create magic for everyone else, right? While you're barely holding it together. And if you felt that way, today I want you to know that you're not alone. And I know I talked about this before, but I know how the holidays really can pack on the pressure. And so today I just want to share 3 truths about Christmas and with the hope of you actually being able to enjoy next week, no matter what's under the tree, right? Because we know Christmas isn't about perfection. It's about finding joy in what's real. But the truth is, a lot of people feel exhausted right now. Like I'm one of the people, right? And sometimes this feeling is because of financial strain, right? Trying to buy gifts for everybody. Maybe you're grieving someone who's not here and this is your first Christmas, or even sometimes your second Christmas. And I know for some people, it could be the 10th Christmas that the person isn't here and it still feels overwhelming, or dealing with family drama that makes the holidays stressful. And the truth of the matter, family drama is always going to be there. I know we would love to be in a perfect world where everything is just so grand all the time. And I'm gonna tell you this from someone who has lost a son, and we lost him in December of 2010. Sometimes I'm telling you, there's going to be a day that you're going to miss that drama. And so I'm not talking about anything toxic. Let me be clear. And I'm telling you that sometimes you just got to embrace the fact that it's here, because there comes a day when it's no longer here, whether it's stressful dealing or drama dealing with your parents or even your kids. Because I'm a mom who has adult children. I know what that can be like, okay? It was so easy when they were younger and you just knew what to get them underneath the tree and they didn't have so much mouth and talk back, right? Maybe you're just tired of feeling like you're not doing enough, man. Like, I know what it feels like to wake up on Christmas morning and wonder if you did enough, bought enough, created enough for the people that you love. And that pressure is so real and it can steal your joy. And I'm going to be 1000% honest. Although my children are grown and I have two grandchildren, even now looking under the tree, I'm like, man, sometimes I feel like it isn't enough. And I want you to know that feeling is okay. And this is why I'm sharing it with you, right? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, I see you. Like, I get that. I not only have I been there, recently I'm there, right? And today I just want to help you reclaim Christmas, because these are some of the things I had to work out within myself and just really realize that, it's not about, I know we hear this, it's not about the gifts or the expectations, right? But let's talk about what truly matters. And the first hard truth is let me tell you the first hard truth as someone who has all adult children now. Let me help you. No amount of money, gifts, or decorations will create the perfect Christmas. We tell ourselves that as parents, we tell ourselves that as children, we tell ourselves that as spouses, right? If I just get the right gifts or even host a perfect dinner, everything will be magical, everything will be good, everything will be hunky-dory. But the truth is, those things aren't what makes Christmas meaningful. And I know you feel like your kids don't want to hear it, but I'm telling you, I'm talking to you from a place of experiencing not having family members here on that day. Your kids don't remember the price tags. They'll remember the time you spent with them. Your loved ones, they won't remember the picture perfect decorations. They remember how they felt when y'all was around. And when we get together now and we talk about, my son, we don't talk about the gifts for Christmas. We don't talk about the things that I bought him. It didn't matter, right? Now that I think about it, we talk about the memories of the things that we played and how he made us laugh, or whatever thing he did. He was not the perfect kid. Okay, I'm not saying that, but we remember some of those things, right? But that was most important. We talk about the spade games that we played. We talked about the Uno games that we played. We talked about casino that we played. Those are card games for those of you who have missed it, right? And so those were the things that we focused on when we think about the ones that are not here. And I had an aunt who was like a sister to me, and her name is Gina. and I will always talk about her, is Eugenia Blackwell Price, as well as my son. And she passed away on Thanksgiving. And when I think about her, I don't think about gifts or anything like that. I think about how she saved my life without even knowing it. Right? So the magic of Christmas, this is what I'm conveying to you, isn't the gifts, it's the love and the memories that you're going to create. Okay. And here's the second hard truth, right? You can't be everything to everyone. I know we want to be parents. I know we want to give our kids everything we never had. And I'm here to tell you that it still won't be enough. I'm here to tell you it still won't be enough. And I know you're like, what? Yeah. Yeah, it's better to give them love, correction, and protection, and all. None of those things are gifts. So many of us spend Christmas trying to make everyone else happy, our kids, our family, our friends, and we end up feeling completely drained because we're looking to give the thing that doesn't really matter the most. And I'm not saying let's not get our family gifts. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying today I want to help you to understand that you are human, and also help you let yourself off the hook to understand like that's not it. So if you've ever felt like you're trying so hard to hold it all together and no one seems to notice how much you're carrying, it's because you've conditioned everybody else to see you that way, and you've been conditioned to believe what we have to do. How can I want to say this? Like, is to create this perfect Christmas, but it's all a lie. And I understand that mindset because for many years I felt that way. This is why I say, like, my aunt and my son, they saved my life because it helped me to understand what the real meaning was, and that I was really conditioning myself to this way of thinking I had to have everything under the tree. I had to give my kids everything that I never had. And it's okay to give your children things that you never had. And I want you to hear me today. The most important thing that you can give them is wisdom, love, and understanding. Real talk. So this year, how about set some boundaries for yourself? I know Christmas is next week, but it's not too late. Decide what truly matters to you and your family and let go. And I know it's going to be hard, moms. And let go of the rest, okay? It's okay to say no to things that don't serve your peace. Whether it's overspending, because I know this is the last week before the holiday. Listen, if it's not there and you got to charge your credit card to the last penny, don't do it to yourself. Attending too many events, right? I know between Christmas and the New Year's, there's a lot of things going on. And if you have to say no to something, it's okay. I've had to do that with myself. Just be like, no, you need to chill out, get some things together for you, and it's okay. And stop trying to meet everybody's expectation. Let me tell you something. For those people who are going to complain and find something, they're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. The best gift you can give this Christmas is showing up as your best self. And that means saying no to what drains you. You cannot show up happily in you. And I know the best feeling in the world is when they come down and they open up those Christmas presents and, you see them and the kids are smiling and everybody's happy. I get it. But how many times, especially for those of you who have, older children, how many times have you had them open up all that stuff for Christmas and you find that stuff somewhere late somewhere and they not thinking about it no more? Why? Because the truth of the matter is it's not in the gift. And how many times as adults, listen, I'm on social media and I'm listening to younger, I would say adult millennial, younger millennials, and even some Gen Z talking about how they're cutting off their parents, right? And you're like, what? I went to work every day. I supplied you all these things. And what are they talking about? They're not talking about the materialistic things. What they're talking about is the love they feel that they didn't get, or whatever they feel that you didn't give them, right? And the reason why that is because we were caught up, and I'm Gen X, we were caught up in like, oh, listen, we didn't have money, so we're going to give them all the things. Well, let me tell you something. Okay. And not all kids, I'm going to be clear, because I know some kids are incredibly grateful for all, but not all of them are like that. Okay. They're not. So I'm here to say to you, the best thing that you can do in some of this corrective action that we all get to take as adults is say, you know what? Now we're going to pour into something different. Okay. Now we're going to play games. Listen, I love Uno, right? Like, find some family games, build some memories. And the other thing I'm going to say to you really, really quickly is find make this Christmas not about social media. I get it, right? We want to share ourselves with the world, but this is the other issue in that is that we so busy wanting to get the perfect video and the perfect this for social media, we forget to interact. How about this Christmas? There's a boundary of let's put our phones away. I'm not saying don't get any video. I get, especially for my content creators, influencers, whatever it is that you want to call, and whatever it is that you establish yourself as. I get it. We all want to create the content, and I happen to be from a world where there was no social media, and some of the best memories I have is not on a camera, it's in my mind. And I'm not saying don't capture those memories. What I'm saying is, what would it look like to hold something near and dear for your family? What would it look like not to have the camera shoved in your kid's face and just let them have a true reaction of what Christmas is all about? What would that look like for you guys? Like, seriously. Everybody's looking for the perfect content to put out there to share for people who don't really care anything about you and hoping that you don't have a great Christmas anyway. I said it. Many people don't care. They're just looking to critique. And you know what you find yourself doing? Comparing. You're looking at somebody with all the things they have on the Christmas tree and you're saying, oh my God, I'm not good enough. Oh my God, I didn't do enough. And you're charging your credit cards up to wazoo. How am I able to tell this to you? Because it's the life that I lived. It's the life that I lived. And so we're living so far above our means. And that's why we find ourselves in places and spaces of just feeling low after the holidays and having to climb ourselves out of mountains of debt. I'm talking to you from a place of understanding it. I'm talking from a place of having debt and getting it and having to climb myself out and understanding that. So I'm here to say to you that you can do it different. And for those of you who found yourself, all right, you've done it this year and you're like, listen, this video is a Sunday too late, then why not take today then and set the tone for the rest of the year so that Christmas of next year won't be the same and you're not in the mound of debt and maybe you're saving for it, okay? I just want to give you something different today because I understand it. None of that stuff matters. None of it matters. And I know we like to think that it does. And here's the thing. When I say none of it matters, what I mean by that is, all of the making sure it's picture perfect for social media. No, what matters is how you and your family are going to feel the joy, the love, the memories. That's what matters. And so the last hard truth I'm going to give you today is one most of us ignore. You can't pour from an empty cup. We hear this saying all the time. We hear it all the time. But Christmas is truly supposed to be about joy. And how do you find joy when you're running on empty? And I know sometimes my survivor moms, my strong friend moms, all right, you like, listen, this is what I do. I run and I run and I run. And I have a girlfriend who does this and she runs and she runs and she runs and she runs. And she runs herself in a circle so much so that she's sick. So if you don't make space for yourself, the stress of the season is going to take over. And let me tell you something, stress will kill you. Stress will kill you. And there's not a gift worth dying for. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Stress will kill you. And I know it feels selfish to say put yourself first around this. I know it. I know it does. It's because, especially if you've been raised in the faith, I know it sounds selfish. But the most selfless thing that you can do is saying enough is enough. I'm going to give myself a time to breathe and I'm going to allow myself a moment and I'm going to stop running on fumes because I'm dying. And I'm going to tell you right now, my people who are servant leaders, that is not how God calls us to serve. I don't care what anybody tells you. He needs us to fully be fully in and have the energy and the love and the space to do what we're called to do. Taking care of yourself, I know it feels like that it's selfish, but it's necessary. You can't be the best and you can't serve God. You can't serve him if you're completely depleted, running around for people and doing everything for everyone else. That is not how he calls us to serve. So I need you today, today, even if you're watching this video, if just to take a moment, just to care and love on you for a minute and to know when you do it, To know when you do it, I swear to you, I would not come here and lie to you. When you take the moment to start to love you and love on you, and take the moment for yourself just to breathe, take the moment for yourself just to go for a walk, take a moment for yourself just to journal, take a moment for yourself just to sit with a cup of coffee before all the chaos, or tea before all the chaos begins, and take a moment out to read your scripture. If that's what, listen, I'm going to give my disclaimer really quickly. Okay, if you're new to me, I'm not here to tell you who your God is. However, I'm here to tell you, you have to start to build that foundation and take a moment out just for you. I know God has been pushing me to read Romans 12:12 over and over again this week, and that's to be joyful in hope. Why? Because it can flee. Be patient in affliction and faithful. It's faithful in prayer, because I need to pray more this week. What is God calling you? And how can you hear them if you're so busy? If you're so busy running around, how can you hear? If you're constantly in survival mode, how can you hear how he's trying to bring you to thriving if you don't take a moment to sit down and reflect? If you don't take a moment to sit down and breathe? If you don't take a moment and say, you know what, everybody else can wait. I was listening to a song that says, give me you, everyone else can wait. Lord, give me you. Lord, give me you. Lord, give me you. And you deserve, yes, you who runs for everybody else, you deserve to feel joy this Christmas too. You deserve to take care of yourself. It's the one gift that you can give. And another thing is, lean on your community. I know we have this feeling, if I don't do it, it can't be done. And that's just not the truth. It's the way we've conditioned our mind. I know it's the way we've conditioned our mind. And this is why he can't move us. And this is why we can't hear him, because we don't know how to lean. We don't know how to delegate. And we don't know that the true gift is the gift of love. And I know love can't pay a bill. Don't get it. I'm not getting this twisted. I'm not here to say, I know money is a tool that we all need. And when people say, it's not, money this and money that, they haven't given enough away. Money is very important and it can change people's lives. I'm not saying that. And we should never idolize it. It should never come before love. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. Not that you shouldn't have any. It's the love of it. And all the love shouldn't be in the money, and all the love shouldn't be in the materialism. The love has to go into your family. The love of quality time. What about that? The love of just hugging. Oh my God, how can you can save a life by hugging someone. And I know it feels like I'm preaching. I promise you I'm not. I promise you that I'm giving you the things that I wish somebody would have given me before I lost my son, before I lost my aunt, who knew I loved her because I showed up, but I didn't say it enough. Say it. If you love someone, say it. And I love Eugenia Blackwell Price. And I love Sahad Monroe McCoy. And I love all of my children, Alexis, Kamora, Antoine, Ashley, my grandchildren, Sinai and Isaiah. Why do I say their names? I say their names because this is the legacy I want them to live. Even when they're upset with me, I want them to know that if they ever come back to watch this long after I'm gone, that I spoke their names and they are my legacy and they are my joy. And mama still had to go and put herself first so that I can get my mind right, so that I can get my spirit right, so that I can get my soul right, so I can actually be better, do better, have better, and become the best version of myself over and over and over again. And how you do that is love of self. You cannot do it from a place of not caring for yourself. You want to care for your elderly parents. You want to care for your children. Care for you. How you care for you is ultimately how you're going to care for them anyway. I said it. So, in closing, Christmas doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. It's okay if the gifts aren't extravagant, if the meal isn't flawless, if the tree isn't perfected, or if you have to set boundaries to protect your peace. What matters most is love. What matters most is love, connection, and the joy you create. Not just for others, my strong friends, my strong moms, my strong dads. My dads who work tirelessly to make ends meet and never feel like your ends are meeting enough. Know that I love you. Know that you are loved. And it is okay for you to put yourself first too. I have a dad like that. I get it. It's okay. So here's what I want to know from you today. What's the one thing you're letting go of this Christmas to protect your peace? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you. And just knowing protecting your peace is so important. It's so important to the mission. And if this video has helped you, please like, share, subscribe, send it out to as many people you know today on this beautiful Sunday to let them know what the true meaning behind next week is. And I love you, and I hope you have the most amazing holiday season. Please, please, please let me know in the comments, just what you're going to let go of. All right? Have the most amazing day. Talk to you next week.